Here are the things from the police. There wasn't much. His wallet, a set of keys, 2 go to the house, 1 to the speeder. The other 2, I don't know what they go to. They also gave me a copy of the suicide note.
I'll check them out. I've got a few things I need to run by you. I went out and I talked with Dolores Lightbody today. Apparently you two aren't exactly soul sisters.
She is hideous. I don't know what kind of black magic she used on my father, but I can't think of any other explanation.
Dolores told me about the will. Apparently you're the beneficiary.
Why are you treating me like I'm a suspect? For your information, if I sold the house and the speeder and added it to the cash, I might be able to pay off my father's debt. I'm not going to benefit from this will.
Except, of course, the $1 million life insurance policy.
I'm not going to get a cent of that. I'm surprised you're even asking me about that. You know, life insurance policies don't pay off in cases of suicide.
And that's why you retain my services.
Well, you can think that if you want. But I don't have to stick around here and be insulted by the hired help.
Ouch.
Yeah, I'd violated PI Rule 17. Never upset a client. She was right. I was the hired help, so I went back to work. The manila envelope Sylvia had given me turned out to have some pretty useful items in it. A light is flashing by the 4, the 9, and the 8. These 3 numbers are probably useful. The pain is unbearable. If Linsky really wrote this, I'd like to find out exactly what he's referring to. This must lead to the bedroom. That's a front door. Must be a closet door. My deductive powers tell me that this ladder could lead to the attic. Typical packing boxes. Oh, grandfather clock. Grandma Murphy always found the name sexist. Why would anyone keep something this handsome and ornamental hidden away in the attic? I'll need to find a little something before I can open this. Well, that won't work. Well, that's not gonna work. I'll need to find a little something before I can open this. That doesn't seem to do anything. Well, that won't work. Well, what do we have here? Appears to be a rental agreement. From the looks of this, Linsky had a secret special place that he didn't want anyone to know about. Junk mail and an old computer manual. Paper, pencils, paper clips, not much else. "20-year-old tax return. Fascinating. Nothing useful. This could be worth looking at. Sylvia Linsky's credit report. Looks like money management isn't one of her strong points. I hope this is just a space heater. Nothing useful. Old college research.
They're in my head. They're in my head. Get them out. Get them out. Get them out. They're in my head. Oh, get them out. Oh, get them out. I can't take it any longer. Get them out. Get them out.
What the hell was that all about? Well, I bet no one thought to look up here for a pirate's chest. Well, that's not gonna work. Typical packing boxes. Linsky's secret workshop was out by the spaceport in an old warehouse. The key from the manila envelope fit the lock and I stepped inside.
Was anyone there?
No, and I doubt anyone had been there since Linsky. The place didn't appear to have been searched, judging by all the interesting things I found. I'm fairly certain these barrels should stay nice and closed. This cot is clearly inferior to the one I have. Must be hell to sleep on. And no wonder Linsky killed himself. The letter looks like it could be interesting. Well, this letter was written almost a year ago, and I'm guessing Linsky wasn't too happy to get it. If I can track down this Wanda Peck, maybe she can explain the context of the letter. A handwritten fax. Methinks I smell a lead. Well, this fax raises a few questions. First, who's SF? Second, was he working for Linsky? And third, what was he doing? Sounds like he just might have been canceling some people's subscriptions to Life. A printout with a few notes added in Linsky's handwriting. I'm willing to bet this project of Linsky's figures prominently into the case. Not to mention whoever this Overlord character is. Nothing in here. I'll bet this computer is important, but it's got a security protect feature. I'll need to attach a passcard reader and use a security card with it before it'll operate. Newspaper clipping. Direct deposit slips. I personally haven't seen any of these for quite a while. I need to find out who was paying Linsky's tab. I need to get a water cooler like this for my office. Maybe someday. Corkboard covered with drivel. Corkboard covered with drivel. Board covered with drivel. A curious place to hide a note. Linsky didn't strike me as the sort of guy who'd use random profanity, no matter how mild. This may be a message or a code. First aid kit. Heel aid. These cut-up pieces resemble a rectangular security card, but it looks like a piece is missing. I'm assuming Linsky did that on purpose. Linsky must have had trouble sleeping. These prescription pills would knock out an elephant. Looks like a package of electrical doohickeys. The circuit conductor kit could come in handy if I ever need to repair a circuit grid. Either Linsky lost track of time in a big way, or this was just his favorite month. The word safe is a misnomer whenever I'm on the job. Several items are inside the safe. I've seen this kind of thing before. It's a computer gizmo. Well, this is a life insurance policy taken out by Carl Linsky. And the sole beneficiary is Sylvia Linsky. That's a passcard reader. You attach it to a computer, then use a passcard on it. The word safe is a Passcard reader's hooked up. Now I'll need to scan the passcard.
It sounds like you didn't find too many answers in Linsky's warehouse.
No, just more questions. As I headed home for the night, one theory after another pounded in my head. If Linsky killed himself, what was the reason? Because he was in debt? His apparent health problem, whatever that was? Something to do with Sylvia? Or if Linsky was murdered, who was behind it? Dolores, because she knew Linsky was gonna dump her? Sylvia, to get the insurance money? Or was it someone else with a motive I hadn't even discovered yet? Looks like somebody was having fun with crayons. I wonder what Linsky did to this Blaine Warner person. Maybe he stole his tricycle.
Sylvia Linsky came by to pick up her father's personal effects. Must be nice having a job for a change.
And she's just the only one you know about. And unlike you, I have the luxury of choosing which clients I want to take.
Yeah, you only take the cases where the client agrees to pay you.
Yeah, you're kidding about that. You know, Lieutenant, I mean, we could sit here all day and trade friendly insults, and that might be pretty fun. But you know what I need right now? I need the help of an intelligent, knowledgeable, not to mention gorgeous policewoman right now.
You're not as charming as you think, Murphy. What do you want? Never heard of him. Older guy. He's a PI like you, or used to be. He has a little problem with the bottle. I don't have a lot of time to waste, Murphy. She was some sort of research scientist. Her family had us investigate her death, but we didn't find any evidence to indicate that it was anything but accidental poisoning. I haven't got any information on that. I don't know the name. I don't have a lot of time to waste, Murphy. I've heard of it, but I don't have any privileged information about it. I haven't got any information on that. I don't know the name. I don't play, if that's what you're asking. I don't have a lot of time to waste, Murphy.
You certainly are a persistent rogue, aren't you? What can I do for you this time? I'm unfamiliar with that name. I think he was a PI, like you. Although I doubt he was as handsome. I don't know what he was doing for Carl. Oh, I wish I could be of more help. Carl worked there for years. It's a very exclusive medical facility, you know. I've been in touch with the director, Arnold Sternwood. He's an extremely attractive man, but also very busy. If you'd like to see him, I can try to arrange an appointment with him. I'll call you and let you know. Then you'll have to owe me a favor.
Sounds like I've got a message on the vid phone.
Hi, Tex. I need to talk to you as soon as possible. Could you come over to my father's house whenever you get this message? No matter how late it is. I'll be waiting for you.
Ah, the mating call of the blonde bird of prey. Well, I guess it goes without saying you ran right over there.
If I'd known how dangerous the situation was, I would have stopped to buy a gun. Turned out Sylvia had been talking to Mr. Absolute all evening.
Well, look who it is. Oh, look who it is. Tex Murphy, handsome PI on the case from hell. I bet you've solved this damn mystery by now, haven't you?
Oh, it'll take a few minutes.
And here I am, Sylvia Linsky, the bereaved client whose daddy took a dive into the San Francisco Bay. It sounds interesting, doesn't it?
Sounds like you've had too much to drink.
Don't tell me I've had too much to drink. I have plenty to drink about, more than you know.
That's just a grief time.
What do you know about grief? Huh? Is your daddy dead? Did your mom walk out on you before you could even pronounce your own name? Huh? I didn't think so. You know what it's like to be absolutely alone? That's what I am now, alone. I don't have anybody now.
Sylvia, I'm really sorry.
Don't pity me. I don't need you. I don't need anybody. Go away.
What you don't need is any more of this. What you do need is some Betty
Oh, Mr. Murphy, I'm surprised at you taking advantage of a woman who's had too much to drink.
Not tonight, Sylvia. I require my victims to be at least sober enough to sign a waiver. You passed that point a long time ago.
Don't you like me, Tex?
I like you. That's why I put you to bed. Now I'm gonna leave.
You're no fun. Not one bit.
Good night, Sylvia.
Good night. I like you too, Tex.
You're not gonna like anything in the morning.
You know, when we first met, it wasn't all that different from your night with Sylvia. But of course, you were the one that was sloppy drunk.
What? You talking about the Bastille Day celebration at the Bruin Stew? I wasn't that drunk.
Oh, no, we met before Louis' party. Don't you remember? Come on, sweetie.
Oh, I do remember something, but I thought that was a dream. It's all kind of fuzzy.
Okay, buddy. Come on. Time to go
Louie.
home. No.
Louie, one more.
Hey, hey, let's get going, bud. Come on. It's morning. You've got places to go. I've got... Oh, come on, guy. Get out of here. Look at what you've done to my stand.
I can get those.
No, I don't need your
Let me
help.
help you with that because
Get your hands off me, you pervert! Yeah, I guess that wasn't a very promising start.
Now I know why I don't remember. You punched me. I mean, my jaw hurt for a week and I never did figure out why. Well, it was kind of a down period in my life.
Well, things have gotten better. Haven't they?
Yeah.
Oh, but I'm dying to find out how you went from the starched-pressed young PI to a puddle of drool. Let's hear some more about your story.
Well, you're making it sound so glamorous.
What did you do after you left Sylvia?
Well, the next morning, Dolores Lightbody contacted me. She had got an appointment with Arnold Sternwood out at the North Hill Clinic. And I went out to see him.
Mr. Murphy, this won't take long, will it? I have an extremely full docket.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sounds very painful.
So, what can I do for you?
Okay, well, that's enough small talk. Now, did you or did you not have anything to do with the murder of Carl Linsky?
It's my understanding Carl's death has been ruled a suicide. I don't know what else to tell you. Is there anything else?
Well, what's it like to be director of North Hill? Bet you got some horror stories to tell, huh?
I feel fortunate to hold this position, in light of our ranking as one of the world's finest medical facilities.
So can you tell me what Carl Linsky did around here, using words I can understand?
When he was younger, he was one of the very best neurosurgeons. Do you know what that means? For the past few years, he worked mostly in research. Now, I don't mean to be unaccommodating, Mr. Murphy, but I really do have urgent matters to attend to.
Look, sorry, can I just have a couple of minutes?
Carl worked here for 26 years. Over the past few years, his age forced him to give up surgery in favor of research. We were friends, though not extremely close. I was sorry to learn of his premature death. I assure you, Mr. Murphy, I had no part in the death of Carl Linsky. Warner worked for us as an intern. He was fired as a result of his unprofessional behavior. I have no idea where he is now. I don't know who that is. I've never heard of it. I don't know who that is. I've never heard of it. Miss Peck works for Capricorn. While I respect her professionalism and the ideas of the organization for which she works, I don't look back on our brief association with any fondness. I can't give you any details regarding that. I consider it an honor to work here in light of the clinic's well-deserved reputation. Until Ms. Lightbody contacted me, I was unaware that Carl had made North Hill a beneficiary in his will. I believe she was Carl's fiancée, as well as the executor of his will. I didn't know her prior to Carl's death. I've been known to play chess on occasion, in those rare moments when I have time for leisure. I've never heard of it. Carl gave me no indication of being suicidal. Of course, I hadn't seen him in over 2 months. That young woman is trouble. I won't burden you with details. Suffice it to say that she has a way with older men and knows how to get what she wants. About a year ago, Capricorn came to us, to Carl Linsky specifically, with allegations of unethical research practices. The charges were completely without merit. But Carl decided to take a voluntary leave of absence, and Capricorn decided to not pursue the investigation.
I dealt with Capricorn in one of my later cases, but this was the first time in the Capricorn building. I mean, the exterior was impressive, but what I saw inside was dynamite.
Some woman, I'd guess. Well, from your choice of metaphors, I don't think I'm going to like this part of the story very much.
Wanda Peck. How may I help you, Mr. Murphy?
Weren't you in the Miss Universe pageant last year?
Yes. I was working undercover, investigating allegations of bra stuffing.
Well, that's good work if you can get it. So Capricorn has absolutely nothing to do with horoscopes.
No, not officially. So what brings you here?
I'm looking into the suicide of a man who you investigated at the North Hill Clinic.
I read about Linsky's death. I was sad about it. But why do you want to talk to me? Take a seat.
Frankly, leads in this case have been harder to find than a good Pauly Shore movie.
I I get the feeling you're not convinced that Linsky's death was a suicide. If that's the case, I would be happy to help you in your investigation. About a year ago, we were told that Mr. Linsky was conducting unethical practices on comatose and terminally ill patients at North Hill Clinic. I looked into the matter, but was unable to prove anything. Mr. Linsky voluntarily took a leave of absence, saying he had other projects to pursue, so we decided to drop the investigation. Capricorn's primary mission is to identify, then infiltrate organizations suspected of practicing extreme discrimination. These include everything from UFO cults to hate groups to unethical research scientists. As the director of the clinic, he was understandably eager to avoid any scandal and was very helpful throughout our investigation of Carl Linsky. Haven't heard of him. Can't help you there. Never heard that name before? I keep hearing the word overlord, especially linked to the Law and Order Party. I don't know if it's a person, place, or thing, but it seems to represent a lot of power. Can't help you there. As you probably know, the clinic has an outstanding reputation. We were surprised when the allegations against Carl Linsky came up. I don't have any information on that. Never heard that name before? I play occasionally, but I like my sports a little more physical. Can't help you there. Never heard that name before? We're putting a lot of our resources into investigating law and order. Their legal people make sure they don't cross the line publicly, but their ideology is pretty frightening to anyone with any intelligence or belief in human rights.
So what can I do for the world's sexiest PI? Well, they're a bit too right-wing for me, but I do agree with many of their policies. Oh, and they have the most handsome and attractive gubernatorial candidate. That's some sort of spy organization. Carl didn't think too fondly of it for some reason.
Welcome to the American Information Database. We hope you enjoy your free 2-week trial subscription. Our new voice recognition interface makes requesting information more convenient than ever before. Simply tell us the topic you want researched. The request will be immediately transmitted to our central database. Any available information will be sent, usually within seconds, to your fax number. What topic would you like us to research? A search for information on Sonny Fletcher has been initiated. What other topic would you like us to research? Thank you for using the American Information Database. Goodbye.
Do you have a fax?
I'm busy, Murphy. Make it quick. Okay, look. Fletcher's had a few DUIs. He's a friend of the Colonel's, and as a favor, we didn't make him do any time. If you can keep that to yourself, I'll call Fletcher's parole officer and let you know where you can find Sonny. I don't meddle in politics, but I like most of what I've heard from the Law and Order Party. It's about time government did something to clean up the streets and get rid of all the illegals. I've heard of it, but I don't have any privileged information about it.